Hi all, welcome to data structure tutorial sessions. In this session, I am going to explain a Q data structure. Contents are: what is the need of a Q data structure? Why we are using Q data structures? Second one is, what is a Q data structure? What is the definition of a Q data structure? What is the principle of Q data structure? Next, what are the real life examples of Q data structures where we are seeing these Q data structures in our real time? Next, what are the applications of Q data structure where we are using these Q data structures? Next, what are the types of Q data structures? What are the classifications of Q data structures? How many types are there? Next, what are the operations of Q data structures? One is, what is the need of a Q data structure? If your application wants to delete an element which is inserted at first, if your application wants to delete an element which is inserted at first, that application should use a Q data structure. Assume that there are 4 elements 10, 20, 30, 40 and 10 is the first inserted element, second inserted element, third inserted element as well as fourth inserted element. If your application wants to delete the element which is inserted first always, then that application should use a Q data structure. Or if you want to store the data in a computer memory by using the principle first in first out principle, then you should use the Q data structure. Next, what is a Q data structure? Q is a linear data structure in which insertions and deletions are performed from different ends. Q is a linear data structure. Linear means the elements inside the Q data structure are stored in linear fashion. That means sequential fashion. That means contiguous fashion. So Q is a linear data structure in which insertions and deletions are performed from different ends. Insertions are from rear end and deletions are from front end. Insertions are from rear end and deletions are from which end? Front end. Assume that this is your Q data structure. 0, 1, 2, 3. Values are 10, 20, 30. Assume that I am inserting 3 values into the Q data structure 10, 20, 30. Insertions are from rear end. First I am inserting an element 10, next I am inserting an element 20, next time 30. Okay. So for our simplicity purpose, I am taking the front pointer as F and rear pointer as R. So rear is a pointer or variable that always points to the last element. Front is a variable or pointer that always points to the first element of your Q data structure. So front points to the first element and rear points to the last element. Why? Because coming to the Q data structure, what is the principle of Q data structure? First in, first out. First in, first out. The principle of Q data structure is first in, first out. That means first inserted element is to be deleted first. What is the first inserted element among these 3? 10 is the first inserted element. So that element is to be deleted first. In Q data structure, which element is to be deleted? The element which is pointed by the front pointer is to be deleted first. That's why point F to the starting element. This is one definition of a Q data structure. Q is a linear data structure in which insertions and deletions are performed from different ends. Insertions are from which end? Rear end. Deletions are from which end? Front end. So for insertions I am taking the rear pointer, that is R. For deletions, front pointer, that is F. Initially both front and rear are -1. Okay, initially both front and rear points to which one? -1. If I want to insert an element into the Q data structure, update the rear pointer and insert an element. If it is the first element, then point F to that particular element. Why? Because which element is to be deleted? The element which is pointed by front pointer is to be deleted first. Next, if you want to insert an element, update rear pointer and insert an element. Update rear pointer and insert an element. Okay. And second definition of a Q data structure is, Q is a linear data structure in which elements are inserted in such a way that the first inserted element is to be deleted first. It is a linear data structure in which elements are inserted in such a way that the first inserted element is to be deleted first. That's why it is also known as first in, first out. Assume that this is your Q data structure. First inserted element is 10, next 20, 30, 40, 50. rear pointer points to the last element, front pointer points to the first element. Which element is to be deleted if I want to delete an element? First element is to be deleted. Why? Because this is the first inserted element. Okay? Or the element which is pointed by the front pointer is to be deleted first. Next, after deleting this one, next front points to the 20. Why? Because that is my first element. Next, which element is to be deleted among 20, 30, 40 and 50? 20 is to be deleted. That is my first element. Okay? Next, front pointer points to 30. So this kind of organizing the data is known as first in first out organization. That is the queue data structure. Next, what are the real life examples of queue data structure? Where we are seeing these queue data structures in our real life? Examples are bus reservation counter, train ticket reservation counter, ticket counter in theaters. Take an example as toll plaza. Take an example as toll plaza also. Why? Because coming to the toll plaza, I assume that this is the toll booth. The vehicle which comes first to this particular toll booth will leave first. The vehicle which comes first to this toll booth after paying the amount leaves the toll booth first. So all these are the different real-time examples of queue data structures. Next, what are the applications of queue data structures? Assume that when a resource is shared among the multiple consumers, in those cases, queue data structure will be used. Example is, first one, CPU scheduling algorithms. In CPU scheduling algorithms, only one processor is there with multiple processes. Okay, this resource is to be shared by the different processes. So queue data structure will be used. Next, similarly, disk scheduling algorithms, same as the CPU scheduling algorithms. Next one is disk scheduling algorithms. Third one is, take an example as a printer. Assume that there is only one printer and three systems. This printer is connected to these three systems by using LAN, local area network. Okay. When these three systems wants to print the data, they have to give the request to the which one? Printer. Okay. So coming to the printer, how many requests comes? 3 requests. Which request is to be processed by the printer? The request which comes first is to be processed by the printer. Okay. Remaining 2 requests are stored in the buffer. That is nothing but a queue data structure. Next, asynchronous data transfer. Asynchronous data transfer means when a sender is sending at a rate of 5 Mbps per second, whereas the receiver capacity is only 2 Mbps per second. Assume that a sender is sending the data at a rate of 5 Mbps, whereas the receiver capacity is only 2 Mbps. What about the remaining data? The remaining data is stored in a buffer. That is nothing but a queue data structure. So that kind of data transmission is known as asynchronous data transmission. Next, in breadth first search uses a queue data structure and so on. All these are the different applications of queue data structures. Types of a queue data structure. First one is linear queue. Linear queue is also nothing but a normal queue. Okay, assume that this is your queue data structure with elements 10, 20, 30, 40. Rear pointer points to the last element, front pointer points to the first element. And what is the principle of queue data structure? First in, first out. First in, first out is the principle of queue data structure. Insertions are from which end? Rear end. Deletions are from which end? Front end. Okay. In general, array index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. Next, second kind of queue data structure is circular queues. Queues are having one drawback. That's why we have to go for the concept of a circular queue. So what is the drawback of a queue data structure? Wastage of memory. This is the drawback of a queue data structure. For that particular purpose, to overcome this drawback, we have to go for the circular queue concept. So what is meant by wastage of memory in a linear queue data structure? Assume that this is your queue data structure with 4 elements, 10, 20, 30 as well as 40. This is my rear and this is my front. Okay, is it possible to insert an element into the queue data structure? It is not possible. Why? Because rare reaches max size minus 1. 0, 1, 2, 3. Queues can be implemented in two ways, by using arrays as well as by using linked list. This is the implementation of queues by using arrays. Okay. So when rare reaches max size minus 1, that indicates our queue is full. Is it possible to insert an element into the queue data structure? Not possible. Okay. Next, if I want to delete an element, which element is to be deleted? The first inserted element, that is 10, is to be deleted. After deleting the element 10, now front pointer points to the 20. Next, if I want to delete an element, 20 is deleted, now front points to which one? 30. Okay. Assume that this is your queue data structure. If I want to insert an element 50 into the queue data structure, is it possible? When rare reaches max size minus 1, that indicates our queue is full. But actually queue is not full. Even though the queue is not full, it displays the message as queue is full. That means it is not possible to insert an element into the queue data structure. That is the drawback of a queue data structure, wastage of memory. So to overcome this drawback, go for the concept of a circular queue. Coming to the circular queue, which is also same as the linear queue, but the only difference is 0, 1, 2, 3. Whenever the front pointer or rear pointer reaches max size minus 1, then reset them to zeros. Whenever the front pointer or rear pointer reaches max size minus 1, then reset them to zeros. We can represent the circular queue by using ring buffer, or this type also. Choice is yours. 10, 20, 30, 40, 0, 1, 2, 3. Whenever the front pointer and rear pointer reaches max size minus 1, then reset them to which one? The starting location 0. So this is nothing but circular queue. Third one is priority queues. Priority queues. Priority queues. Priority queue principle is also the first in first out principle. What is meant by a priority queue? In priority queue, every element is having the priority value. Each and every element is having the priority value. Every element is having the priority value. Okay. So if I want to delete an element in a priority queue, that deletion is dependent on the priority value of that particular element. If I want to delete an element from the priority queue, which element is to be deleted? That depends on the priority value of that particular element. There are two types of priority queues: max priority queue as well as min priority queue. Max priority queue as well as min priority queue. Coming to the max priority queue, which element is to be deleted? The element which is having the highest priority is to be deleted first. Coming to the minimum priority queue, which element is to be deleted in minimum priority queue? The element which is having the least priority is to be deleted first. So that is nothing but a priority queue data structure. Final one is double-ended queues. Double-ended queues. Double-ended queues. Double-ended queue is also nothing but a normal queue. That means the principle of double-ended queue is also first in first out. But the organization is, we can insert the elements from both ends as well as we can delete the element from both ends. Here I am having front as well as rear. Here also I am having the front and rear. I can insert from here as well as I can delete from here. I can insert from here as well as I can delete from here. So that concept is nothing but a double-ended queue. Totally, what are the types of queue data structures? 4 types: linear queues, circular queues, priority queues as well as double-ended. What are the operations of queue data structure? Operations of queue data structure are insertion or NQ operation. Insertion or NQ operation. Second one is deletion or DQ operation. Deletion or DQ operation. Third one is peak operation. Fourth one is display operation. If you want, you can write is full, is empty also. Choice is yours. So what is meant by insertion or NQ operation? Inserting an element into the queue data structure is known as insertion or NQ operation. What is the second one? Deletion or DQ. Removing an element from the queue data structure is known as deletion operation or DQ operation. What is the peak? If queue is not empty, then it returns the first element from the queue data structure. It is something similar to the peek operation in stack data structure. In stack data structure, what is peek operation? Which returns the topmost element. Why? Because which element is to be deleted at first in stack data structure? Topmost element is to be deleted first in stack data structure. Whereas coming to the queue data structure, first inserted element is to be deleted at first from the queue data structure. That's why it returns the first element from the queue data structure, peek function. Display means displaying the elements of a queue data structure. What are the queue elements? The elements that are from the front pointer to the rear pointer are the queue elements, not from rear to front. From front pointer to the rear pointer are the queue elements. Assume that this is your queue data structure 10, 20, 30. Initially front pointer points to 10, rear pointer points to the last insert element, that is 30. Now what are my queue elements? My queue elements are 10, 20, 30. Starting from the front to which one? Rear. These are my queue elements. So these are the 4 operations of queue data structure.